presentation of the National Football League.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker, set to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
Think back to a couple years ago, he's the 2nd overall pick. He's the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Going into year 2, Mike, I think the expectations were that he was going to blow up onto the scene and be MVP-type quarterback. The team as a whole took a little bit of a step back, and so did CJ. So I think going in, they're motivated. I think they want to recapture a lot of the magic from CJ Stroud's rookie year and now see, okay, in year 3, with the pieces he has around him, they think the sky's the limit. This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
That one out wide for Marks. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Now a 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Stroud. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Kansas City sends Nico Remigio back to return. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. So, here come the Chiefs, and that means the 3-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense, and when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And it'll be a short pickup that's not enough for the first down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
First down throw, Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 22 yards, the pickup there. First down, KC.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He takes off. And Mahomes, as smart as they come, hits the deck, but he's got the first down.
That's good for Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That is hauled in at the 5. And the Chiefs are looking at a 1st and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Pacheco trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
It's a gain of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. Hunt. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominant.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Chiefs 7, Texans nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
2nd and 10. Toss right side for Marks. The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
We got to see a little taste of just the range this defense can play with. How well they can flow outside as this play gets stretched out. No problem for them not only to track the runner down, but stop him before he gets back to the line.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
There's no need to do anything reckless. It's 3rd and long. The opportunity to convert this is probably slim, so there was nothing open downfield. I think he makes the smart decision here, Mike. Avoid the negative play and throw the ball away.
Here's Tommy Townsend now. And he's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. A nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Chiefs offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
At the 44-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Pacheco. And he'll take this up to the 48-yard line. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He gets that to Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. His 2nd grab on this drive. Good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. 15 yards through the air. And the Chiefs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. 3rd down, they need 5. As we are ready to get back underway. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they are on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Looks to be an injured player, and oh no, it's Travis Kelce who is being looked at. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Throwing is Mahomes. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
They'll run with Pacheco. And no signal. Didn't look like he got there. He did not. And now the tension mounts. 4th and goal.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on 4th and goal. That is incomplete. The defense coming up big in the red zone. It's a turnover on down. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field, and they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. And nothing doing there. Might get it out to the 2, but that's all. Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Marks. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for, and I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Jabari Connor there on the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he's on to punt for Houston. Returnable for Remigio. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
from the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try to sneak it here. And they will work this down to the 43-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. He'll push forward for about a yard. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Mahomes back. Open man left side. He's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He's got it at the 7, and they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Mahomes. And he's in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0.
Texans nothing.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Texans offense headed back to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score, as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Marks to open the drive. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. Now, screen set up for Marks. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for it with Marks. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's their punter now. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. Danielle Hunter in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Talk things over before 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll get this one complete to Brown. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
At the Texans' 48-yard line.
2nd and inches. throwing again. It's Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. The Chiefs will use their third and final timeout here as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Is the motion man here.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. We're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Gray. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down. So, from the 36, it is first and 10. A run up the middle with Pacheco. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up the 5.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
From the 41, here's second down and 5. Gray is the motion man here. Once again, it's Pacheco. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, second and 9 from the 39-yard line. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's to Gray. Open on the left side. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. Well, they hook up again. Second time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Second down, they need 3. Now, Mahomes. He's got it at the three. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. E.J. Speed gets in there for the sack, and now it's third and goal.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
A nice drive. This is the ninth play coming up, and they cash it in on third and goal. Mahomes. This is caught at the 2.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And this will pay off. It is caught. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Butker now for the point after. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. The bootleg, it's Stroud. Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll bring up second down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And that is incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head, because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction, because that defender got both hands on it, but just couldn't come down with the pick.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. They'll get 19 out of that play. First down for Houston.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
On first down, it's Stroud. And that one incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
To the left side, into the hands of Collins. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
From the 29, here's second down and 4. Handoff here, and it's Marks. He'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
That's another Texans first down. First and 10.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Second and 5. On play action. Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. This one caught at the 4. And the Texans are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
I think at this point in the game, prior to that third down call, the coach is telling his quarterback, hey, you got 2 downs. This is 4 down territory, but that last completion.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Woody Marks. Touchdown, Texans.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. And now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. Now, Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans get back in it. It is 21-7. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. Out quickly here to Worthy. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest gain.
Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. It's a gain of 19 in the air. 1st down, KC.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
A handoff to Pacheco. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Down the right sideline. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. A huge play there on the screen pass. 36 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
That is caught out wide on the RPO, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll try to run for it, and he's in! Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Chiefs will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back, Woody Marks, heading back onto the field. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Carry now for Marks. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. To throw is Stroud. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. George Karlaftis, the former Boilermaker, in there for the sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Now, Stroud. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That's complete left side to Worthy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So Really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal. One more time with Pacheco. Good blocking, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now Butker to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Texans 7.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. A return now from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. An inside give to Marks. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both running and pass.
And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Kirk is the motion man. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He'll find the rookie out of Iowa State, Jaden Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. They get 22 yards there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Oh, the ball's out. It looks like the Chiefs have it, and it is Kansas City ball.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose, and put an end to this drive.
The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Motioning Tunyon, the tight end. On the ground, this is Hunt. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes quickly out to Rice. Still going inside the 20. And he will score. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Butker now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Chiefs add on to their already sizable lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Higgins sent in motion. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. Got his man. It's Kirk. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Now, faking the give. That one out wide for Marks. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Now the screen set up for Marks.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 22 yards, the pickup there. 1st down for Houston.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Mike, the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud to the right side, and Kirk's got it. And he will get into the end zone. Christian Kirk, touchdown, Houston. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Texans will get just a bit closer.
Texans 14.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Smith to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, E.J. Speed.
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game, but at least defensively it gives them something positive to build off of, because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
The Texans offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Here's a handoff to Marks. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
On a second down throw for Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Back to throw, Stroud. The throw on the run is complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. They'll run with Marks. Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Woody Marks. Touchdown, Texans. That's his second touchdown tonight.
At this stage of the game, the score is really irrelevant. You want to try to build something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans are able to cut into the deficit.
42, Texans 21.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the fourth quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They take care of business here at home. It's a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.